Hi, I'm Victoria Ballou, and thank you for trusting your intuition and coming here in this moment to choose a stack of cards. Your subconscious has a message for you, and we are about to find out what that is. So don't think too hard about this. Don't make it difficult for yourself. Just choose. Are you going to hear the message underneath Vesta, my warrior priestess? Or would it be underneath this beautiful fossilized shell, millions of years old? Or is it underneath this beautiful quartz obelisk? Choose. Don't overthink it. Just choose. And remember, you can get all the information you want on astrology, tarot, and dream interpretation from my magazine, Astrologic, available at astrologicmagazine.com. I invite you to subscribe to it because if you enjoy my videos with the readings and my meta minutes, then I know you'll enjoy the wealth of information from not only me, but some of the best astrologers in the world, as well as tarot readers and people who work in all aspects of the metaphysical world who bring you cutting edge information. It really is an extraordinary magazine. I am so very proud of it. There's nothing else like it out there. All right, did that give you a moment to choose? I hope so, because there is a message here for you, and let's tune in and see what it is. We will begin with Vesta, my warrior priestess. And the very first card is your overview card. This is your energy from a broad standpoint right now, and you'll know that you resonate with it. Whether it's deep or just kind of shallow, whatever it is, this is something you're going to recognize. So let's take a look so we can begin. Okay, so you have the Five of Cups. This is called disappointment in the Thoth deck. And so clearly our new year is beginning with you feeling some amount of disappointment right now, some amount of perhaps regret, or something that is putting you on a path of not feeling very good right now. Fives always represent instability, but at the same time, they represent creativity. So that's the good aspect of what we're looking at here. Nevertheless, this Five of Cups, here it is, and it's saying that there's something that is feeling out of sorts with you, something that is disappointing to you. But we do have the challenge card that we're going to look at right now, which is going to talk about more energy that's challenging you. As if this Five of Cups wasn't enough, there's something else that we need to tune into, but all is not lost. We are never totally at a loss, and you'll see what I mean. Let's take a look at this challenge energy. Okay, well, this gives us a little more explanation about what's going on, because here is the Hanged Man. This says that you're in some sort of a repeating pattern that's creating. You're kind of bringing this suffering on yourself because you are unwilling to break out of a pattern. That's what this Hangman is saying, and that is how it is relating to this Five of Cups, disappointment. Sometimes we will stay in a situation simply because it's familiar to us, and the unknown is more frightening than staying in something that is uncomfortable. And that is the energy that is surrounding this right now. And so, with the new year, this is a wonderful opportunity to break these old patterns which are not serving you and embark on something brand new. And maybe you already have that in mind. You just are a little afraid of it at this point. And that's actually energetically what it feels like to me. So we're going to take a look at the third card, which is your course of action called for. This is what the tarot, the wisdom of the tarot, which is being transferred from your subconscious into this card, so we can take a look at what you need to do right now in order to deal with it. I'm really happy to see this. It's the Fool. This is a misnamed card, in my opinion. It always has been, because the Fool is always, this is not a negative card. This is something that means you are at the beginning. You have the opportunity to embrace a new path. That's exactly what you need to do. And that's what these 3 cards are saying to you right now. Here we go. Let's look at them. The 5 of Cups, disappointment, followed by the Hanged Man, followed by the Fool, the overview, the challenge, and your course of action called for. The Fool energy is all about being willing to embrace whatever life has in store for them next. This is what you are being encouraged to do. And yes, it is meaning very much turn loose of this energy that you're repeating, that has you mired, stuck in some sort of situation, some sort of perhaps it's just an emotional situation, or it could be something very physical, but definitely there's some emotion involved in it. And it's saying it's time for you to remove yourself from that and be willing to take a new step in a new direction, because this new direction is going to create for you a brand new life, some aspect that's going to bring something new and wonderful into your life. And you must trust this, by the way, because the Fool always has just that nature of trusting and knowing that that is the next thing that's coming, that it's going to be okay. No matter what it is, the Fool is going to make it okay. That's why this is one of my favorite cards in the major arcana, because indeed, this is how we live our life, is to have this physical experience. And as we are flexible, even when life sends us things that are disappointments, and even when we create things that are disappointments in our lives, we have the chance to renew it and begin all over again. And how fortunate for you, really, because here we are at the very beginning of the new year, and this is your opportunity. So, from a dreaming standpoint, again, you are repeating a pattern, and that's what has you conflicted and challenged, and that is no doubt what is showing up in your dreams. And so to me, you absolutely could be trying to move forward and just not making any progress. That's very much a symbol of what your situation would involve. Maybe this is you walking or trying to swim, because of course water represents conscious life experience, but nevertheless you're feeling like you're stuck and unable to move forward. Either that, or you keep walking around the same block in your dream, and maybe it's a very familiar neighborhood, someplace that you're not very fond of. That could also represent, that could likely be showing up and represent the patterns that you have in your life right now. So think about your dreams. Always think about your dreams. Try to remember them, and let's decode them, right? Again, my magazine Astrologic has so many, it has dozens of dream symbols that you can look up and decode in the issue to help you understand what your subconscious is trying to tell you. The tarot and your dreams work hand in hand with the same energy. And if you pay attention to it, then you're going to know really what is going on in your life and the steps you can take to adjust it, to make it right for you. And I really hope you pay attention to this. This, even though it has started out as something that is disappointing to you, it has the potential to turn into something wonderful for you. And I really hope it does. All right, let's take a look at the second stack of cards. We will move the beautiful fossilized shell over and take a look at the very first card, which is your overview. This is your energy from a broad standpoint right now. Let's see what's going on. Well, how awesome for you. You have the Fortune card showing up here at the beginning of the new year. How exciting, because this just means that the doors are open for you. The launch window has opened. Timing is everything with the Fortune card. That's always what this is signifying. And right now you have an opportunity. Do you know what it is? It could be something on a grand scale, or maybe it's just something small but important to you. But right now you're feeling this opportunity, which is welcoming you into this new year. But of course, there are always challenges in everything and every day, and that's okay because that allows us to grow. We look at them as opportunities. But we're going to take a look at the challenge cards and see what is going on with this fortune energy that's also in your life right now. Okay, so it's the Six of Swords. It's called Science here in the Thoth deck. And you know what the Six of Swords represents is taking a very objective viewpoint of where you are right now. It's combining your intellect with your spirit and allowing you to just see things from a different perspective. And so if we put this with the Fortune card, here's what the tarot, what your subconscious is wanting you to know right now. And that is, yes, you are in a fortunate place at this moment, but you need to take a step back and look at this from a very objective viewpoint, because there's more that you can gain from this. There's more that needs to be understood from whatever this situation is. Because while you know this is an advantageous place that you're at, or you see enormous potential here, there's something else that needs to be understood. Trust me on this. This card would not come up as a challenge card if your subconscious was not saying to you, look a little deeper, see what else is here. So we're going to take a look at the third card, which is your course of action called for, to see what it is suggesting. So, interesting. Queen of Discs. This is revolving, so all of this is revolving around something that is very much a physical presence in your life. This is something which is saying, of course, the Queen of Discs represents confidence. She represents energy that says, yes, I've accomplished something in my life. I've worked really hard toward it. I've accomplished it, and now I am ready to enjoy this, and I have the wisdom to appreciate what this is. This is your course of action called for. And so if we look at it with the Fortune card and with the Six of Swords card, what this is adding up to is saying that as you take this step back to critically analyze where you are, to understand the deeper meaning of this fortune that you're dealing with right now, you need to take it from that perspective of feeling and understanding the confidence that you bring to this situation, the lessons that you have learned, and the opportunity that now rests with you to take this further. This is a real learning. This spread is talking about the opportunity for some very deep learning for you, because you already are in a nice position. But oh my goodness, you can really expand on this and take it into a much higher and deeper realm. And that's exactly what you need to do. So from a dreaming standpoint, this is really interesting because this is talking about the expansion. I bet you are flying or having some ability to either fly in an airplane or on your own. Of course, airplanes represent organizations. And so if this fortune that you're enjoying right now revolves around some sort of a group, a business or a social group or something, then you might be in an airplane. Otherwise, you could be flying on your own. I love to fly on my own. It represents freedom, and it represents the ability to go into new places and explore and expand. And so understand that this is exactly what you need to be doing right now. And tune into this energy. Understand that you have the ability to look very critically at where you are at this point. And I really hope that you do, because even though everything's nice and feeling good, you have an enormous opportunity right now to take this even further, and then you'll understand why these cards came out the way that they do. All right, let's take a look at the third stack of cards. We are going to scoot my obelisk over here without poking Liam, and take a look at the first card, which is your course of action called for. This is your energy from a broad standpoint right now. and you'll know what this is. So let's take a look. Okay, so you have the Princess of Swords. I love this energy because this is all about gaining clarity. But she's a rebellious energy. So this is about gaining clarity on your own terms and feeling very confident about the way that you then handle the information that is coming to you. Yes, so you're in the process right now of searching for and understanding a situation. And you're going at this with some pretty unconventional tactics, or at least one unconventional means to gain this. And this is good. Sometimes some very good insight comes this way. But you have a challenge card next, and so that is your energy that we need to tune into to see how this clarity is being challenged. Okay, so it's the Seven of Cups. Here in the Thoth deck, it's called Debauch. What this is speaking to is just, this is speaking of a stalemate. This is speaking of you being in a sticky place where you're not really moving forward, you're not really moving backward, you're stuck. And you know you're stuck, and so that's probably why this Princess of Swords energy is coming up, because you know that you need to dislodge this because it's not good for you. It's not healthy for you to be stuck in this situation for very long. And even though this is kind of a minor place where you're feeling unsettled, it needs to be worked on. And so I can see that you're doing that right now as you engage your Princess of Swords energy. We're going to take a look at the third card, your course of action called for, to see how it is the tarot, how your subconscious is suggesting that you move through this energy, how you clean it up, how you clear it out. So let's take a look. Okay, well, you know, it's the Eight of Cups. It's called indolence here. And so this is kind of a warning as much as it is a some advice. Indolence says, I mean, you know, that the debauch was the Seven of Cups. This is the Eight of Cups. And so we're taking this energy, this emotional energy, even deeper. Sorry, which we really don't want to do at this point because it's not healthy for you. So we want to engage definitely a plan that is going to move you out of this sticky situation, because what the Eight of Cups is saying is that you're not only going to get further mired in the energy of feeling stuck, but it could even take you into the place of feeling depressed, anxious, irritable, just all of these feelings that you really don't want and that you need to get rid of. And so, as I said, this is not only a course of action energy message, but it's also a warning saying that unless you unstick where you are right now, this is going to get deeper and darker. And so you really don't want that. How do you deal with it? Well, again, you have this beautiful Princess of Swords energy, which is all about gaining clarity. That's where you need to stay. That's what you need to stay with, and understand that, yes, if you have to embrace some untraditional methods to get and gain your clarity, then do it. You must do it, because otherwise this is only going to, the situation's only going to get worse. Your emotions around this are only going to get worse. So please listen and hear what this message is, that you need to continue your track of gaining clarity until you know that you have it, and then take the steps necessary to eliminate the stickiness in your life before it gets any worse. From a dreaming standpoint, yeah, this stuck feeling, you're probably really having these issues of moving forward in your dreams, which symbolize being stuck. And if it's a communication issue, and then you are probably trying to dial your telephone and you can't not get the number to go through. It's something where your energy is being impeded in your dreams, where it's not going through in a effective way. And so you really need to think about what and here's the thing, these dreams will clear up the minute you gain this clarity that we're looking at. But in the meantime, this is your subconscious telling you, yes, you're stuck, and yes, you need to deal with it. Our subconscious, coming through in our dreams, it always wants the highest potential for us. It always wants to help us. And if we pay attention to what those symbols mean, then we can understand where we are, even though sometimes we don't consciously know where we are, but subconsciously we always know. And our dreams will tell us the truth about it. So please continue with your Princess of Swords energy. Continue to clear away whatever it is that is putting you in this stuck position. Get unstuck. That is your path. That is your assignment for the very beginning of this year. It will make a huge difference in your life if you do. Okay, here we are at the beginning of 2023. I hope you're as excited about it as I am. And I invite you to leave your questions and comments for me below. I'm always interested to hear what you have to say and always here to help. So I wish you a fabulous week filled with health and prosperity and grace, and thank you for joining me.